So, my dear Pisces, today you have the new moon, sun and new moon, both in your sign. And that means you do not have another sign that is influencing you through the sun. So here in Osho's and Tarot, it's the past lives, the number 18, the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, everything is turning and spinning. And the 8, the infinity symbol. And of course also the strength and the earth star that's above our head, which brings us, of course, our vision and also our ideas, right? Is what is it that I want to achieve in this life, right? And so here we see two hands that form a vagina, and here are the lives that want to come. And the two salamanders are protecting the knowing and the unknowing. And of course, this is the subconscious, right, that we are exploring. So here you are now in the light and in the dark. And of course, we're going to have a look now what else is here influencing you. You have Neptune as the planet that rules you. And Neptune is the dreams and also the mind. And in the yoga position, of course, we get the fish pose and the upward and downward facing dog. Now the downward facing dog is the wolf that is looking into this dimension, and the upward facing dog is the evolution that looks up into the higher consciousness. So here the yoga position that you can take when you feel that you want to come into your essence, right, into that which makes you so special. Now the Hangman is also ruled by Neptune, and today we're going to look into the Hangman, into here the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, plus the 2, the High Priestess. Finding or getting that vision, right, is really important. And we're going to the left, we're going to the new moon. And after this reading, in the next one, you are going out again to your full moon, which is opposite your sign in Virgo. So Neptune, we will have a look into the Hanged Man. And just that you understand how I work, I have, of course, listed every card that I'm using and on its position, and explained a lot of things that I do. Here in the Court card, you are Trust. The Knight of Cups is your birthday between February 8th and March 11th, then this is your Court card. You taking that leap of faith and jump into this fluffy pink cloud and you trust, right? Trust is really what makes you so special. You trust love. You trust that everything always has in the end the right ending, right? As Pisces, you are the dreamer because Neptune, right, rules our dreams, and so very important that you are also recognizing the messages that come in your dreams. You are the 12th house of spirituality and art, and in that you allow yourself to be open enough so that you can receive, right, the information. It's really important that you understand that you are the 12th zodiac sign. You're the last one. You're down in the feet, the subconscious, and it's our feet that brings us to our next adventure or to the next expression of what we want to express in an artistic way. Back to the last reading where we had Aquarius Sun giving you the light. Take the jump into self-love and knowledge, my dear Pisces. So I see the wands are giving you the beauty way and also the journey, right? A new direction that you're taking, and this new direction will then be taken after this reading. You will go then again outward, right? Your moon is then again going towards the full moon. And so just that you understand, right? This moment exists only once per year. And if we include the other planets, then this moment exists really only once in your life. And so it's really important for you to understand that, right? That's also why all spiritual teachers tell us, become aware of this moment, because this moment is never, ever, ever gonna come back. It might be similar, right? But it's not the same. So we're going to look into the Hangman, the new vision, the 12, which is also, of course, you, the 12th house. So we're going to see what the creativity oracle is wanting to bring you as that vision, as that new idea that then will be magnified by the Fool, etc. Right? So this is the journey out, but also always the journey deep within. Okay. We have direction. The number 39. And it says, switch gears, reboot, and try a new and different direction. So today, in your new moon, you will plant a seed, and that seed will help you then to create this new direction. And it's important, right, that you understand that you did take that jump into self-love, and now today you really have no other choice than realizing, okay, sun and new moon both are in your sign, so allow to feel that. Now the 3 and the 9 creates the 12, right, the 12 portal, and then when we calculate together the 3-3. The 33 is the degree, a title that only a few have mastered. This is the highest title there is, the 33 degrees in the secret brotherhoods that created the tarot. And so the 33 is the triangles pointing down, the triangles pointing up, the hexagram, the Star of David. And so here you're urged to take on a new direction. So the 3, the Empress, and 9, the Hermit, are telling you you have somehow arrived now. Take a new direction. And you see how the bird is out, right? Extroverted to the full moon. And she is introverted to the new moon. And so you see that the bird is connected here with the new vision. And so the 33 speaks here to you and lets you know to take on a new direction. Then on the position of the Fool, you're getting the 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Wands is connected with the constellation Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter, the expansion, the going out, the victory. And the Fool that feels this crazy idea that he is literally thinking, okay, I am going to act. I'm going inwards. I am really taking that step right to the left, back to me, and recognize that this is given through the moon. And so here comes the 60, this self-love, a love that is then making you take action, because the Fool is connected with Uranus, and Uranus is always a new beginning, is always that new vision. And a new vision is always a little scary, right? It's a revolution. People are like, oh my God, we've never done that. But yeah, it's good that we never done that. So it's time that we're doing it. And so the 6 is talking here through the Fool, right, through Uranus. Take on that victory, whatever victory you feel is now coming here through this direction that you're changing. on the position of the Magician comes the smoky mirror, the number 47. Now, the smoky mirror is a moment where you stop and feel the victory, because it's important. The 47 is the 4, the Emperor, and the 7, the emotional intelligence of Cancer. And when we calculate this together, it's the 11. The inner teacher is appearing, plus the 1 of the Magician. Here in Osho Zen, it's the existence. Then you feel the existence deep within you from the teacher, the knowledge that is coming, because you have 3 times the 1, right? This is 11, a portal plus the 1, 3 times the 1. And 3 times it's like finding empowerment in knowing that you find deep within the stillness, you find deep within the knowledge, you act upon your emotional intelligence, and that makes you a Buddha, right? You are compassionate, you are loving, you are kind, and the Magician is connected with Mercury, and so that's the message that is coming to you. Now, of course, I want to know what is coming here as a clarification, and the 9 of Wands is coming here, and the 9 of Wands is Moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the Knight of Wands, is taking action, is going out there. And so here you see 3 times the 1 and the 9 as a completion, right? The 9 that you have in here in the 39. And so you feel that the Hermit, the inner knowledge, the inner wisdom is helping you now to really arrive, because you going here no matter what. Here you have the courage to just be yourself, and you see she's sitting also in this Buddha kind of position, and so you are really arriving here, right, in a state of consciousness that you are existing in this present moment, in this like, here I am and here I feel comfortable to be me, right? Here I feel comfortable to show that the 6 and the 9 wands are 15 wands, and 15 wands is like a lot. It's the career, it's like you need to take action, right? When you're victorious, then you also need to understand that there's a lot of things that we must do. And so the 15 is connected with Capricorn, the devil, the attachment to certain things that you have to do. Be careful, right? Because then when we calculate them together, we get again the 6, and the 6 is that self-love. Make sure that you love yourself and you only do what you really need to be doing, and delegate everything else to someone else that is capable of doing it, right? You don't need to do everything. Other people need a job too, right? Then comes the Ace of Pentacles on the position of the intuition, the High Priestess. So this makes a 3, the 2 and the 1. And the 3 again is the Empress, right? Then you have 3 times the 3. And you feel that your intuition is telling you to be connected with the one and only, right? Because you had here 3 times the 1, and now you get another 1, so you have 4 times the 1. And that's the heart, or the 4 elements that are letting you know, yes, the one and only. It's really important that you connect with that, that you understand that. So here the 3 is coming up. Listen to your intuition and give birth again and again to new ideas that make money, right? Then on the position of the Empress, the birthing process, right? How do we give this idea now? Here in this dimension and existence comes Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the one that is pouring the water from one cup to the next, right? Which is water and fire. And so he's the guardian angel, and it's the number 14. The 14 plus the 3 is the 17. The 17 is then the star connected with Aquarius, then you can be a star. And out of 17, we get the 8. The 8 is then the infinite, right? The infinite symbol that is in your 18. And that is always to recognize that you, as a star, can shine infinitely and inspire us to be here in this dimension a guardian angel, to be huge, right? Because you had here moon in Sagittarius, so Sagittarius has already come up here as the 9 of Wands, right? So just understand that you are realizing that a guardian angel needs to come into its center for him to be a guardian angel. Otherwise he cannot be a guardian angel, right? So the 8 is left here. And then on the position of the moon as the new moon comes here the King of Cups, a Scorpio. And Scorpio is the 8th zodiac sign. So we get an 8-8 portal here with Sagittarius. And he's looking over. But Scorpio is actually using his healing hands, right? Here's the healing. And you see how beautiful these cards are from Osho. They're very magical, right? And so you see that a healing is coming to you, the right and the left hand. Now what's really interesting here is that when we heal, we awaken deep within us the knowledge of our ancestors, right? And so the 18 is the 9. The 9 and the 8 is then again the 17. Then you can be a star. Then you can shine like a star. Because here we have the hexagram inside as a flower. Very clear, right? And so you healing yourself, you able to heal others, and the 8 is left. So this just to the moon, the new moon, which is now the deeper you go within, the more you're able to heal others, right? Just feel that and understand that. Then on the position of the Knight of Cups, which is the trust, comes here the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands is Sun in Aries, which is in the next reading. So the 12 and the 3 is the 15 again. And the 15 is trust when you make decisions, that those decisions are right, because you have 15 wands, 3 more, 18, and 18 is the moon, right? So the moon is letting you know, understand deep within the healing, then you can act, because in the next month we have Sun in Aries. And so you are understanding then that when you love yourself fully, because the 6 is left, then you can really experience the oneness that we get from being connected with nature. And so this is a really beautiful sign for you to arrive and to trust, right, what is happening here. Then on the position of the Sun in Pisces comes the Queen of Wands, Aries. Then you are sharing what you have felt here, the trust that you have felt, and then you can give, right? Because then the 18 plus the 1 is the first zodiac sign of I and self and being really the doer, right? Aries, and it's the next month, you see, Sun in Aries and the Queen of Wands. So there's an Aries in your life for sure, but there's also Sagittarius, right? That's clearly talking to you, and a Scorpio. So the 18 plus the 1 is the 19. That's the Sun, and the Sun is that extroverted. The Sun is the personality that you're taking on, right? And then your personality can become more like fire, right? Because you have 18 wands, which is the 9, and the 9 is your opposite sign, which is the Hermit. It's always Virgo, right? Virgo is that gives you the sun and your full moon. And so you understand how these numbers are already really talking to you, and that you, when you really heal yourself, and then you really arrive at being the experience, and then being the sharing, healing, experience, and sharing. Look at that. It's like, yes, heal, right? And it's really interesting. It's like the blue and the red, and that's exactly here, right? The silver and the gold, the blue and the red, right? The sun and the moon. We need to combine the dualities. That's the work that we're doing here, right? And always remember, the Nine of Wands came, and the 9 is connected with the Hermit, with Virgo as well. It's that inner knowing, I have arrived, right? I have done the work. And so you are understanding what is talking here, right? Because then the sun, the 19, turns into a 10, and the 10 is always a new cycle. You begin a new cycle after this new moon. Then on the position of the moon, right? The moon now as a dream oracle comes here, the dream thief, the refusal of the call, the number 13. The 13 is Scorpio. Remember, Scorpio came here as the King of Cups, as the healing. Remember the healing? And here we get now the 13, which is then the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 3, the Empress. Together, the 4 is Aries, is taking action, is being someone that knows what it needs to be done, right? And so you do not need to go into the dream thief, right? You need to trust that the life that you are having now, that the dreams that are coming to you right now, that they're important, and that you're listening to them. Because I want to know, of course, what is coming up here. And the Hierophant reverse came up. And the Hierophant reverse is literally saying, yes, the old is not working anymore. The church that is controlling the people, right? The church that is giving or taking away the power, it's done. And so allow this dream to leave you, because the 13 turns into a 4, right? And you had here the 4, right, of the smoky mirror, plus the 7, of course, the inner teacher. Remember the 11, right? So know that these kind of religions take away the power. They want you to focus in the external and not in the internal, because there no one can control you. Right? Like, all people who want to control you, they let you know, well, I have the power, I have the knowledge. And people who don't want to control you, they say, you have the power, you are what you are, and you know that you have everything you need deep within. And so this is finished, this is over. And maybe this is your dream, right? That here now the dream thief is actually taking away this kind of energy of an old patriarch type of religion. And it's interesting because you, as the Knight of Cups, is kind of the Jesus, right? It's like the age of Pisces is Jesus, that the fisherman, Pisces, right? And so it's very clear that Jesus doesn't want this. I mean, what he was teaching us was like, trust that you have everything you need deep within you, and jump, and then experience, right? Experience that oneness. And you are, right? Trusting yourself more and more. And it's coming through, right? And so here we have, of course, the 9, the 4, which is then the 13. The 13 then turns into the 4. So the 4 here plus the 5 is the 9. The Hermit, the inner knowledge, the inner knowing is then coming to you, and you can really trust and just be and go and do what you need to be doing. Then on the position of the Sun comes here the core. The inner core, the solidity, the 18, which is connected with your number, right? The 18. And then the 18 turns into a 9. The sun is the innocence. The sun is giving us the light. The sun is giving us the warmth, but also can burn us, right? So everything is dual. And the 10 and the 9 is the 19. The 10 is left. So here you are in a new cycle, understanding how everything functions, and you see the liberation in your head, because you have one woman looking to the right and one woman looking to the left. And it's just, again, that, right? She has darker skin, so this is going to the left, this is going introverted to the new moon, and here with the lighter skin, it's going out to the sun, it's going extroverted. That's all there is, right? It's always inhale and exhale, and the liberation is in the center, is in understanding that deep within me I have the knowledge, and so the 10 is that new cycle. Now I wanted to know what is coming here, and it's really crazy. Sometimes I'm like, can this really be? And you know, with the circular cards, I have no control how they come up, and that's why there is an explanation when they're upside down or to the right or to the left, right? And so here the upside down, I just want to read this really quickly to you before I show you the next card, which is really crazy. The Hierophant, upside down, this is upright, upside down. The Hierophant breaks free from the control of people or ideas that prevent him from following his sense of truth or personal authority. He no longer relies solely on experts or parental authority. The Hierophant is in active rebellion. Well, you see, right, that this is a sign to let you know, hey, this is a sign that things are changing and shifting, and that you don't want to be controlled anymore, right? You don't want your dreams to be stolen. And so here came up the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm gonna put this down, otherwise I get a cramp in my finger. Okay, so here you get the Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune has all 12 zodiac signs here, and I have to look which zodiac sign is up on the top, and so it speaks to that zodiac sign, which I really love this idea. It's not like, oh, there's an up, there's a down, and there's a right, and there's a left, and there's a positive, and there's a negative. No, it's like wherever the Wheel of Fortune has turned to, and whatever's on the top, that's the one that is talking. Now guess what is up here on the top? Pisces, the fish goddess. The goddess has danced all the way around the astrological signs to gestate in the ocean. The sea creatures enclose her in a womb filled with a myriad of emotions and impressions. To everyone outside, she may seem immobilized or in trance. Today, right? New moon, sun and new moon, both in your signs. So you are having this moment. You are really understanding, right, that sun and new moon are both in your sign, and you can be the light, but you can also go down into the dark, and that the new moon is even more special than the full moon. The full moon is this outer expression, is you have approached your opposite sign, you have incorporated more and more of Virgo in you, right? You're not anymore like, oh, Virgo, I don't like Virgo, right? It's kind of like, that's usually what it is, right? We don't like our opposite sign because it's so opposite. We're like, I don't get them. I really don't get them. But it's important that you include them in your life, right? That's the path out to the full moon, is to go then to your opposite sign. And so here you are. Look at you. You get the number 12. You are coming up in the Wheel of Fortune. And so you see a 10-10 portal here, right? Because it's like, wow, you have a 10-10 portal, and you understand very clearly this is a very special moment for you. And then we have on the position of the world, which is here, this puzzle piece that is being put in the third eye, is then the 21. the completion, and the 21 is the 3, and we get here the 5 of Wands. So you have 6 wands and 9 wands is 15, 15 and 15, and 3 wands is 18, 18, and 5 wands is 23. The 5 is left, right? And so the 5 senses help you to compete, help you to understand how this world is functioning, help you to see the 6th victory, how she had to climb up in a soul level to be victorious in the outer level, right? Because the Fool brought you here, Jupiter in Leo, right? And so here we have Saturn in Leo, the climbing, the working hard. This is the world. World is connected with Saturn, right? The puzzle piece is clear that whoever creates what it creates is a new version of what existed already before. And so when we just calculate the 5 and the 6 wands together, we get the 11. We get the inner teacher again. The knowledge comes from deep within. The knowledge wants to liberate itself. The knowledge is here. And you understand now also the direction, which direction you're going, right? It doesn't matter. You can go to the right. At the same time, you can go out to the left. It's the inhale and the exhale, right? And so whatever direction she's taking to the left and the bird is going to the right, it doesn't matter, but switch gears, reboot, and try a new and different direction. Because sometimes it's just important for us to understand, do I want to create it this way or do I want to create it that way? But you see that the victory is inwards today on the new moon, right? That is for you really important to plant a seed so that you can be really, really successful. And that's the message, right? The 21 plus the 5 is the 26, and the 26 is then the 8. The 8 that is bringing you an understanding that the 8 is in your card, right? The 8 is here with the moon, and that the 8 here is really important for you to understand the infiniteness, right, of the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune that came here with you on top. I mean, this is, I've never seen this, right? This is really like, okay, the sun in Pisces, yeah, the sun in Pisces brings you to the inner core, right? Brings you deep into your innocence and knowledge, right? And so you understand very clearly what the message is, right? I'm just here to help you to understand what is talking and how it's talking, but you fill in your story. And so this is amazing, right? I really love that you are really getting now your own sign. It's like, that's it. I mean, that's the reading, right? It's like, that's all I need to know that you came up in the Wheel of Fortune. Amazing. And so, yeah, your new vision is to really create whatever it is you're creating. Create it. But then if you need to, take another direction, because sometimes that's just what we have to do. Wow. I hope I see you in the next reading, because that's when we get Aries, right? Sun in Aries. And you have Sun in Aries also here, right? Clearly, the next reading is already here and talking to you. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me, and I wish you a beautiful ceremony today on your new moon. Namaste.